In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about that hot topic, swing plane. Everybody wants to know, how do I get the right swing plane? Well, today I'm going to talk you through how you can recognize the good points and the bad points of your swing plane. It's going to be a good one. Hold on tight. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm talking to you about swing plane. One of those topics that people are always talking about in the bar, always looking up swing magazines for, and probably more like YouTube videos now, on how they can perfect their swing plane. Within the coaching community or within the trendy coaching community, swing plane is a forbidden phrase. Well, throw that horse crap out the window. Let's talk about plane, because that's what you guys understand. Now, to give you some sort of idea of what I'm actually referring to, it's the pitch the golf shaft and the handle move around the body at. Because the handle and the shaft are the two things that work together to dictate the plane of the golf swing, the angle you see the club shaft mainly move around us. So if I've got my pitching wedge here, well, it's actually my 60 degree, and I set myself up to a golf ball, and then I take my driver, that's this white cane, for exaggeration reasons, you can see the pitch of my golf swing alters with the shaft that I set up to the golf ball in. The gap the handle is from me and my posture, the lion's share of it is very much the same. But you can appreciate that when I now move this golf club back halfway, the pitch and plane of my golf swing will be now very, very different. If I made the handle do exactly the same thing. So therefore, how my golf club feels when it moves around me, depending on the length of the shaft, is huge. Which is why if you're down the range and you're practicing, you've just had a lesson. The guy's given you some great ideas. You're ripping it with your 7-iron. So you've got your 7-iron out, going down the range, making your swing feels, whatever it might be. I'm not really going to go into that. You're going to make a swing, you're going to hit it, you go, oh, I found the magic answer. I'm now hitting it beautifully straight. That was my first swing of the day, by the way. It's not bad, is it? Thank God. If you've just seen my wrist set video, man, I was hitting it all over the place. But those feels and changes with the wrist angle really messed with my mellow. So we've got our usual boxes up: attack angle, club path, face angle, face to path, carry, and total today. Therefore, I've got my swing feel with my 7-iron. Now, I'm going to go and hit my driver. The driver and the 7-iron cannot feel the same. So whatever you were doing, whatever you were trying to feel, they cannot feel identical. So if you were to go from a 7-iron to a driver, can you see that the pitch of the swing that's going to move around you is going to be different? Because the angle of the shaft, the way it sets at address, is going to dictate how it feels at this point in the swing. I'm just talking about the shaft pitch at the moment. The angle this shaft pitches at halfway back. Because when I swing my 7-iron back, they're going to be at two different angles. Now, if you hold the club shaft vertically halfway back, and you hold the shaft vertically, that golf club feels awfully light in the hand and in the shoulder. I now lay the shaft down a bit more. Now all of a sudden, because that head is back of the handle, I now start to feel more rotation through my forearm and more energy in my shoulder. I now lay it down even more. Now the golf club feels super heavy, because I've moved the weight of the head further away from the handle. And in doing so, my forearm is having to rotate to the left to prop that club head up. Therefore, I'm feeling more load and torsion through my shoulder and my arm to support that. When you have a lob wedge in your hand, because the shaft is, with a lob wedge, is closest to the vertical, when you swing a golf club back, that torsion on your arm is less than it would be with your driver. So if you try to make your swings with your 7-iron and your lob wedge feel exactly the same in your backswing or in your through swing as your lob wedge, driver and lob wedge feel the same, you're going to fail. It won't work out very well for you. Appreciate that this driver is more sympathetic to a baseball style swing, and a lob wedge is more sympathetic to the old Michelle Wee putting stance where she was trying to get the club shaft 90 degrees to a spine at address. So swing plane, when it comes to the shaft, is very much dictated to how it's set at the ground. How you move the club from the start point halfway back and to the top is a bone of contention. Are you thinking about how you make that club arrive to the top and how it pitches in your backswing through the club head? Or are you trying to make it pitch and move around you through the handle? I would strongly recommend how the club shaft pitches around your body being influenced by the handle and not the head. If we change the way the track of the handle moves around us, it will inspire, take the 7-iron back out, it will inspire the pitch the shaft makes in the backswing, which is what you will ultimately look at as a golfer to say whether you're swinging steep or swinging shallow. Because I could make a golf swing on the way back, make my shaft lay down, have my arms high. Am I steep or am I shallow? You're looking at the shaft and you're seeing this as shallow, but my arm plane is lifted up in a strong manner. My arm plane is steep. So you've got to appreciate that we've got two things that we need to manage: the pitch and plane of the shaft, the orientation of the handle. I could now make my arm plane really shallow and my shaft really steep. But are you looking at the arm plane or are you looking at the shaft plane? You have to recognize the handle and the shaft work as a unit. Now look, this is a big topic: swing plane and arm plane, and really making you start to appreciate what you need to start looking out for is my job. It is not my job to tell you what you need to change because I cannot see you. It would be unprofessional. I need to point you in the direction of what you need to start looking at rather than trying to fix. Understand how we move this golf club around us. You'll start to understand what you need to look out for when you're down the range on the video. So hopefully that's been insightful in how you need to start thinking about swing play. And there'll be obviously more coming on this because this is a big topic. Understand that shaft plane is one, arm plane is another. And so those two things will influence whether the shaft stands up on the way back, the shaft lays down. Whether the arm plane is steep and the shaft plane is shallow, the arms are shallow at the top of your backswing and the club shaft is across you, crossed over. Understand the handle and the shaft work together. You've got to make sure that you know how to move the handle to get the shaft to pitch the way you'd like it to. Hopefully that's been useful. Lots more content coming your way as usual. I'm really enjoying this. Hope you are too. Stay happy and healthy out there and lots of good golfing. If you've liked the video, hit the like, share and subscribe with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.